Greetings, dear readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the predictions installment known as the Autistic Superblogs, the SuperBlog Versus. You may have noticed that I have added a poll to the chat, but I want an opinion on this from you guys. When it comes to future installments of the SuperBlog Versus, I want your opinion. Do you guys think that I should include NXT into future installments of the SuperBlog Versus? I'm kind of intrigued myself, honestly, because I'm really excited about what Shawn Michaels and Triple H are doing when it comes to NXT. So I want to get your guys' opinions. Should I do that or not? Might have to you might have to bear with me for just a little bit because I should let you know of something I've been working on before I get to the predictions. It's kind of the reason why I wasn't able to watch SmackDown, but I was part of Poetic Licenses. It was There was something that I wanted to work on when it comes to there's a thing called Poetic License that's in Albany that's going to be in Lark Hall. That's going to be in Lark Hall in 2 weeks from now, and I'm going to be one of the poets there that actually had his poems selected and given an opportunity to be translated into a painting, which I think the painter herself did a very wonderful job of translating my work into what she in her version of it. So I just want to give a quick shout out to the people of Poetic License before I go any further. I was there at Laura Call yesterday. That's kind of the reason why I have to do this. Why I have to do this thing cold, but still the poll will be up for not only the NXT future installments of the Superblock Versus is going to be up, and it's going to be on my Twitter account, which is at T which is at T Super Kid on Twitter. So that out of the way, just to give you guys an idea of what's going to go on, I'm just going to give you my predictions on what's going to happen for Extreme Rules 2022. I'm using the link that you saw in the description, but I'm also sorry but I'm also going to be answering your questions if you have any. So let me know what you guys think. So we're going into 6 matches, which is not that bad. So as of 2:17 p.m., I have of 2:17 p.m. on the day of Extreme Rules. I have no idea what's going to happen as far as changes to this match, and yes, that includes the White Rabbit. I hope I have a feeling it's going to be Bray Wyatt. It'd be stupid for them not to. Um, and I'm really excited because this might actually go into which match they get into when it comes to the White Rabbit. Will he go for the WWE champion? Will he go for Roman Reigns in the WWE undisputed title? Or will he go somewhere else to another part of the roster? So, with that being said, let's get to the predictions. We have the first one I'm looking at is a six man tag team good old fashioned Donnybrook match, which is what it's being called to. I might call it a hardcore match on this one. It's going to be the Brawling Brutes versus with Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch versus Imperium, which returned last time at Clash of the Castle, who are now Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci. These guys have been really good. I mean, these guys have been really good together. These 6 have been really good, so I'm expecting a lot out of this match. If it weren't for another match, I kind of could consider it match of the night. But I think with everything going on right now, I'm gonna make a prediction that the Brawling Brutes are gonna win this one. Have to show love for Irishmen because it really goes into the whole situation, the whole heel thing, the things that are going on when it comes to Sheamus and Gunther, and it really kind of builds this all together. It's kind of like DX and the Nation kind of deal. So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from that. So the next match is an I Quit match, which pits Edge versus Finn Balor with the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. Honestly, I feel like the Judgment Day have been really going on strong for a while, so I would not be at all surprised if the Judgment Day, if Finn Balor won. I think that Finn Balor will win. I feel the Judgment Day needs this victory more than Edge does, at least in my opinion. Um, and then we're gonna get into history here. We're gonna get into the first ever ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends with Alexa Bliss and Asuka against Bayley with Damage Control, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, both of which debuted at SummerSlam, or were called up to SummerSlam when it comes to how that came out. Honestly, I want to see that Bayley's going to win this one, not because that Bianca's been a lackluster champion, but I feel like Damage Control with the Raw Women's Tag Team with the women's tag team titles on Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I feel like Bayley having the Raw Women's Championship could mean a lot for Bayley going forward. Um, and there's some people that have said the Damage Control has become bland. I understand why, but it's still early yet. I think we should take a wait and see approach when it comes to Damage Control, because I feel like this is a long term thing. Let's not look at this as short term. Let's give it time. Let's give it a chance to see what's going on. Maybe Judgment Day may have something to do with the White Rabbit. Maybe not. Maybe something will happen in this case. But I think for this case, for Bayley and Bianca Belair, I feel like Bayley is a stronger person for this to win this ladder match. She's been in a couple of them before. I shouldn't say she's been in a couple of them before, but she's had a lot more high profile matches than has Bianca Belair. Not saying anything against Bianca at all. Um, and then we have a strap match. We have Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett. I'm gonna go against my better judgment here that says that Drew McIntyre should win, because I feel like Karrion Kross needs this more than Drew McIntyre. I mean, nothing against Drew. He's a great champion, but he needs to be putting people over, and I think that Karrion Kross is going to be the benefactor for this one. So I'm going to go with Karrion Kross on this. In the fight pit, which I'm going to assume is kind of like the Lion's Den from the old school WWE, and I mean when I mean old school, I mean like like SummerSlam '99 is a good example of that. Um, SummerSlam 1998, which I saw live, is another one. But I think that this one has a little bit more legitimacy with Daniel Cormier serving as a special guest referee against Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. Seth's good. I don't want to say this at all. He is very good. However, he's no UFC fighter. He's not the UFC fighter that Matt Riddle was, and I think that might serve him in something like this. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be tailor made for Riddle. Though I think that this match is going to be very interesting to see like live. Because I've only heard of it myself. And I've seen pictures of it that's been going on in WWE, but I've never seen it. So for me, I haven't seen it live. So for me, I think Matt Riddle is the smart choice on this one. And then we get to our Extreme Rules match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan defending against Ronda Rousey. This one could get really interesting. It's going to probably show Liv Morgan at her best, but it's going to show Ronda Rousey in her element. I mean, I just mentioned about UFC being a part of this with Matt Riddle and Seth Freaking Rollins. The same thing could be said for Ronda Rousey. I feel like Ronda Rousey will win the championship. I would not be so surprised if it happened tonight, but I wouldn't be disappointed if it didn't. I feel like Liv Morgan is still carving her way into the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's showing her own legacy. So I think that might be another thing to keep in mind. So, and we got one vote. Thank you. We have one vote for yes. And this is a must win for Ronda Rousey tonight. Well, yeah, I think it's going to be a must win. I mean, I think that Ronda will win, but now without a fight from Liv Morgan. Now I hear that. I feel like something is going to give when it comes to something like this. And I feel like Liv could eke out by the skin of her teeth, but I think it's a must win for Ronda Rousey. So those are my votes right now. So if you want to give me a check out, you can check me out. Polls is going to be closed right now, but I will have my poll on Twitter. But I will also have a live a live idea of what's going on. And I want, if you guys like this video, check me out here on YouTube. You can check me out on Twitter, and you can check me out on Instagram and all that stuff. You can check out all my videos on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com. So stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.